Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Kingdom Death Monster. Sorry for being kind of out of it the past couple of videos. Like I said, I was pretty late, and I was trying to desperately keep a certain character alive. And that's really going to be kind of the deciding point. This final battle could be really easy if we can keep her alive, because Flaundra's kind of the key. If we don't keep her alive, it'll be interesting, because I'll have to take advantage of the other mechanics that the final battle has for me. Anyway, so I was kind of pondering on how we're going to handle the Kingsmen. Like I said, the issue is, of course, the high toughness. There's some ways to bypass that toughness. We can take advantage of things like the counterweight axe, which I keep forgetting about, where if you connect the red tab for it, it gets you can auto wound on perfect hits instead of drawing hit locations, which actually bypasses the battle pressures. But I think what I'm going to be doing for this one is showing off something else we have access to. Note that I didn't bother putting out the battle pressures or anything like that, because it's not going to really help us. So let's go ahead and get this terrain set up, because I completely forgot about it. Also, I accidentally deleted all the freaking plants. I will state right now that this plan involving Flaundra saving us all has a 10% chance of screwing up every year, because there's a 5% chance we can draw Murder by itself, and then there's another 5% chance that we can draw freaking Skull Eater again, which can lead to Murder. It's not exactly 10%, because there's ways that you can get lucky and stop the Murder from Skull Eater. But in any case, if Murder happens, either Flaundra will die or she will retire. In both cases, she becomes useless. Anyway, so our party that we're taking is a bunch of 0-level characters. We have Hina, Minariko, Shizua, and Yuyuko. By the way, our new character is Sune, so say hi to Sune. And yeah, we can go ahead and get this set up. It's been a while since we fought the Kingsman. So let's take up story events. Kingsman. If I took my A team to fight this, take Remelia and them, there might be a chance we can pull this fight off, but honestly, the rewards are not that special, the defeat's not a big deal. Really, we just want to kind of get through this stuff. So yeah, we're just going to endure. Okay. And that is the setup for that. We also get 2 random terrain cards, so we'll go ahead and do that nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and show what the defeat effect is. It is just simply, if we had pottery, we will lose it. There's definitely a lot of things I will want to talk about how this campaign has gone. A lot of plans that I went with and then didn't go with and stuff. This is probably one of my more interesting games, especially with the fact that I didn't even bother fighting tougher monsters, which I guess we'll discuss later when we actually I guess do a post-mortem of everything. Anyway, we need to roll 2d21. So roll 2d21. 2 and 13. 13 is just a giant stone face. Just making sure I'm still recording. 2 is some plants. I honestly don't care what the plants go. We can put one there. Put one there. And the giant stone face has to be a certain distance away from the board edges. So we can do something like, I don't know, like that. And just kind of hide like this. I mean, if the Kingsman doesn't have a target, it's just going to buff up its toughness even higher, which is irrelevant, because we ain't going to do much here. Alright, so this is a Nemesis Encounter. We go first. I have a deck already made. It has 16 cards, 11 basic, 4 advanced, 1 legendary. Stat-wise, it has 6 movements, 15 toughness, plus 1 speed, plus 1 damage. Has all the traits from before, plus Silent Hymn, which is going to do some stuff to us. but nothing that special. So yeah, Silent Hymn. Let's go ahead and show that off. Strange hymn that cannot be heard, only felt at the start of the survivor's turn. All survivors gain -1 movement token. If a survivor's movement is reduced to 0, they suffer a random brain trauma. Remove all tokens that the survivor gained from Silent Hymn. At any time, they can spend all of their survival, as long as it's at least 1, to remove all tokens gained from Silent Hymn. So for the most part, your mobility, essentially the pressure, I guess you can say, from the fight is just going to slow you down until you can't move. And then you get a disorder. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We do go first, so this is what we're going to be doing. If we pull up our innovations, pull up our paint consequences, and then pull up pictograph, anytime during the hunt or showdown phases, the survivor may run away. Now, this has been FAQ'd, where it has to be at the start of your action. So you can't just, do a bunch of actions and then run away, or sorry. Yeah, I think it's at the start of your action. It's either that or it's just during your turn. You can't just, a monster's about to attack you and then you activate run away. So what we're going to be doing is each of our characters are going to run away. We'll start from left to right, and we get to bring up the runaway table. Yep. That's something you should probably run away from. Okay, and then for the runaway. So, runaway, remove your survivor from the board, roll 1d10 on the table to correspond to the current game phase. You can do this either during the hunt phase or from the showdown phase. And yeah, it ranges from you get home safely to a lot of bad stuff happening to you. So, we'll go ahead and remove Hina from the table and roll 1d10. 3. Your desperation to escape causes you to tumble over your feet at the start of the next monster turn. Place yourself in a space adjacent to the monster. You are knocked down. Okay? So, I'm just going to go ahead and place her ahead of time. And also, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit, because we don't really need to see everything else. I'll go ahead and make her knocked down. To be honest, her being knocked down might be the safest thing for her. Okay? Next, Minariko. 1d10. Same thing. Okay, next, Yuyuko. Something pulls you into the darkness, you are dead. Well, bye-bye, Yuyuko. I didn't even go through their equipment, by the way, because it's not that important at this point. And, oh wow, an 8. Something that's above something. Alright, you barely drag yourself to the settlement battered, but alive. You cannot imagine revisiting the horrors you witness. You return to the settlement safely, skip your next hunt to recover. So, Shizua skips next hunt, not a big deal. Alright, so far one person died and one person escaped. So, that's a start, I guess. Alright, so that means it's now Monster's turn. Here, we'll just minimize that. Alright, so if you remember how the Kingsman works, he does basic action first. So it's survivor in blind spot and closest threat. There are no threats, so all he's going to do is guard, which all guard does is give him +5 toughness until the start of the next monster turn. Alright, so that is the end of the monster turn, so we can go ahead and run away again. So let's go ahead and try this again for slightly better chances. We'll start with Hina first, 1d10. 2. So same thing. I'm just going to put her in the same spot. Oh wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. I need to actually draw an AI card. Hook and pull. Hook and pull goes after furthest threat in field of view and in range, no target guard. So this actually triggers twice, and so now it has like +10 toughness, so it now has 25 toughness. But yeah, it doesn't do anything because everything's been knocked down. Alright, any case, runaway, Hina failed again, so she's knocked down. We'll go ahead and do Minariko next. 4. Turned around at the start of the next monster turn, place your survivor adjacent to any board edge. Okay. That one is actually something that can do stuff. So I can put her adjacent to any board edge. I will put her over here. All right, monster's turn. Basic action. Closest threat is Minariko because she's still standing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now we'll draw an AI card. Clang. All non-death survivors suffer 3 brain damage if the settlement has blah blah blah. And okay. So yeah, we get 3 brain damage. So Hina gets a brain trauma, so does Minariko. So let's go ahead and roll for Hina's brain trauma. 10. Frenzy, blah 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 blah. All right, I'm just gonna roll for the insanity that she gets. All right, and then for Minariko, she gets 1d10 insanity. She gets 2 as well. Okay, and then full move. The Kingsman away from the most survivors, then turn to face the nearest survivor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and nearest survivor is her. Okay, knockdown wears off. All right, once again, let's go ahead and bring up. I accidentally closed it again. I have that bad habit. We'll open runaway again. Thank you. All right, so Hina first. 1d10. 5. Same thing, place your survivor adjacent to any board edge. So I will put her in the opposite corner. Don't stretch her. She goes over here. Okay, and then for Minariko, escapes and skips next time. So Minariko is out. Okay. Minariko skips next hunt. Not a big deal. All right. And then go ahead and do basic action again, which is just going to make it move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then draw a card. Okay, that's different. Never seen this card before. Lantern Mirage. When Lantern Mirage comes into play, draw an AI card. The Kingsman synchronizes several movements with Lantern Light pulses. While Lantern Mirage is in play, the monster gains plus 3 evasion tokens. When this comes into play, any survivors carrying gear with the other keyword feel lightheaded and are knocked down. Does Hina have anything that is of that? She does not. Nope, she does. She has a cat eye circlet, so she actually gets knocked down. And discard Lantern Mirage when a survivor scores a perfect hit. It's kind of weird. This is a trait, not a mood, but it's actually a trait you can get rid of, so that's different. In any case, we'll draw another AI card. Force Thrust. Closest threat in field of view, in range. There are no threats on the board because Hina is knocked down, so nothing happens, it just guards. Okay, I can't do anything this round, so it's just going to be monster's turn again. And the monster is going to basic action, which is going to do nothing because there's no threats on the board. And then the next card is King's Walk. Now this is a mood. The Kingsman bends its knees and lowers its center of gravity. After the monster performs a basic action, move it directly back 3 spaces without turning. This can be cancelled due to broken knee. Okay, and that is it. Hina gets back up. Let's go ahead and roll a 1d10 and see if Hina lives. 6. 6 is something in the dark attacks. Gain 2 bleed tokens. Roll on the table again, adding +1 to the result. Okay, Hina is getting bleed tokens. And now we do 1d10 +1. 8. She escapes. skips next time. And there you go. That is the battle. Pretty anticlimactic, I definitely agree. But the way we're built, I mean, we have good gear, but not that we're not. We've kind of fallen behind gear-wise. Like, we have some armor sets and stuff, but we don't have any upper tier weapons or anything like that. We don't have any of the Phoenix stuff. We don't have any of the blacksmith stuff. A lot of our power comes from high-level characters and high stats and stuff like that. That and the Twilight Sword. In any case, that is the battle. One person did die. Yukiko died. Everyone else escaped. So that's going to be 5 endeavors, one way or the other. And there's going to be no experience gain because they ran away from the battle. So that's pretty much it. That is our showdown with the Kingsman level 2. But that's the benefit of runaway, is you can prevent yourself from losing like 1 million people, which is actually pretty important. Because population is going to be kind of key for the final battle. So, especially if we end up losing Flandre. So, how much time have we spent? 16 minutes, give or take. So, I think we'll go ahead and call this a video. And when we come back, we will start year 17 and pray that Flandre lives. So, I am the Depressed Dior, and this was Kingdom Death Monster. See you guys later.